He wore a white coat, carried a stethoscope, smiled when families asked if their loved one would make it. But behind that calm demeanor, Dr. Michael Swango was hiding a dark obsession. Not with healing, but with hurting. This is the story of a man who became a doctor not to save lives, but to end them. Welcome to Dark Motives, where we uncover not just what happened, but why. Michael Swango graduated from Southern Illinois University School of Medicine in 1983. His classmates noticed something strange. He seemed obsessed with death. He kept clippings of car crashes and violent crimes in his locker. But that was just the beginning. During his internship at Harlem Hospital in New York, patients under his care began dying unexpectedly. Their deaths were not from natural causes, but from lethal injections of air, a powerful drug called succinylcholine, and a deadly combination of potassium and insulin. Yet somehow hospitals continued to hire him. They were understaffed. He looked good on paper, and no one wanted to ask questions. In July 1984, a nurse at Harlem Hospital noticed something strange. Her coffee was cold. She took it back only to find her new cup was filled with tea. When she complained to the head nurse, they both took Swango's rounds together. The head nurse found that many of his patients were critically ill, some on the verge of death. She confronted Swango. He shrugged, changed the subject. The next day, the nurse collapsed after drinking tea. Soon after, another nurse reported that her food was poisoned. Still, hospital administrators failed to connect the dots. Why? Because Michael Swango understood human nature. He played the part of the concerned doctor so well that people didn't want to believe he was capable of such evil. He would later tell one of his victims, "You should consider yourself lucky. I saved your life." And when the victim's family questioned him, he smiled, patted their hand, and said, "I'm sorry about your loss. But sometimes death is painless and quick." But Swango didn't just target patients. He poisoned coworkers' drinks. One nurse collapsed after drinking tea. Another became violently ill after eating food he had brought in. A third developed a rare blood disorder after being pricked by a contaminated needle. Coincidence? Perhaps. But when a fourth person fell ill, administrators finally investigated. Why did they ignore the evidence? Because Michael Swango was charming, charismatic, and ruthless. He moved from hospital to hospital, Illinois, Ohio, South Dakota, New York. Each time suspicious deaths followed. And each time administrators looked the other way or quietly asked him to resign. What was his motive? Many believe it wasn't rage or revenge. It was about power. He wanted to play God, to decide who lived and who didn't. And no one could stop him. It wasn't until the FBI got involved that the truth unraveled. They discovered Swango was responsible for up to 60 deaths, possibly more, making him one of the most prolific medical serial killers in U.S. history. In 2000, Swango was convicted of multiple counts of murder and sentenced to life in prison without parole. He's never shown remorse, never explained why. But one thing was clear, he didn't kill out of anger. He killed because he wanted to feel in control. This has been Dark Motives. Subscribe for more softly spoken true stories, real, haunting, and never forgotten.